Alright, here we are, post race. I've been tinkering, piddling. I am getting ready to hook up my oil scavenge pump. As you know, I have a oil usage problems. I thought I'd cured it a few times. I've done several different things to work on it. I have helped it, but I have not cured it. I'm hoping this will get me to the next step. I went with the Turbo Works pump. It's kind of a medium range. It's imported, but it's not Chinese. And I'm going to take these lines that are currently going to the oil pan. I don't know if you can see. And I'm gonna tee them together and bring them into the pump. Hey, there's Mom. The boy sees his mama. Alright, so here we are on the bottom side. If I can get far enough away, there's a scavenge pump. And you see the loop-de-loop line going to my tee, with my drains going to it fairly clean. It's all holding itself up. I've got it zip tied in a few places, but I think that's the system. Alright, YouTube. So I've been playing with Blue just a little bit, and hey boy, what you doing? Oh, you need some keys? Let me hang on, I'll find you some. So what I've done is I put a scavenge pump on this. If I can get the light down in there where you can see. And I plumbed my drain lines together to a scavenge pump. And then I brought it around here and plumbed it into one of those drains I had in the oil pan. I put a pipe plug in the other one. And my preliminary thoughts are I should have done this a long time ago. Because if you run the pump for just a few seconds before you start the truck, it doesn't even get a puff of smoke when you start. And I just drove it around the block about 4 or 5 miles. And I've decided that it's not smoking anymore. So, that's a win-win for everyone, including the tree huggers of our nation. Furthermore, this little fancy device right here has been the cause of a bunch of worry for me, and not only a bunch of worry, but probably that set of head gaskets and everything else. So I don't know if you can see it, but on there it has a plus and a minus and a little arrow. So when I installed this, I turned it all the way to the negative, thinking that was going to give me lower boost, and that's not the case. So what I had done is I had closed this valve off completely. Therefore, I was not seeing any boost pressure on my wastegates, and my wastegates were not opening. Which is why, even after I changed supercharger pulleys, I was still seeing excessive boost. Albeit it was a fair amount lower, or in the higher RPM range than it was when I blew the head gaskets, but I was still had too much boost. In fact, when I drag raced it not terribly long ago, not only did it smoke like a train, but when I gathered myself up enough and paid attention to my gauges, I could seriously peg any gauge in it. I was seeing 18 pounds on turbos alone, well past the buried point of the gauge, which is 20 pounds on total boost, and I was shifting under 3,000 RPMs. So since I realized I had done that like an idiot, I am seeing much lower boost levels. Turbos are pushing around 8 pounds, which is exactly what they're supposed to with the wastegates that are on. And I'm seeing a total of about 14 on the compounded which is exactly where my calculations said I would be with that pulley. So since I've done that, I've given it a little bit more timing. I'm only pulling 2 degrees of timing per pound of boost instead of 4, and it is revving much more happily. And friends and neighbors, I am plumb excited because it's finally working the way I intended it to work since I put it together. Oh, we got one upset again. The man wants some keys. Can you help him out? There we go. Keys coming at you. It's what he needed. Now everything's better, right? The man loves his keys. So, friends and neighbors, that's my update on Blue Lou. The only thing I have left to do before the next car show is to put a relay kit on my scavenge pump because it's currently hot wired. And guess we'll see you next time. Alright, YouTube, so here I am. Just kicked back in the barber chair in the shop this evening, and I guess I'm just thinking about this whole experience, this whole challenge, and I think I'm going to start by saying thank you. Thank you to Mr. Heavy Chevy, and thank you to you viewers. I think I picked up enough viewers that I about 200% over where I used to be, and although I don't consider myself a full-time YouTuber by any stretch, it's kind of started as kind of a hobby, and I let it go for a long time. I've enjoyed coming back on, and I'm glad you all followed along. It's meant a lot to me that you cared enough to follow along. And Mr. Heavy Chevy, it meant a lot to me that you wanted to have this challenge with me, and I really did enjoy it. I got a little bit competitive for a minute, well, I'll have to admit, but all in all, I think I did some pretty wild engineering out of it, and I really enjoyed doing that. Just in my day job, I'm just, you know, it's always a putting out a fire. It's nothing fun. So this has been really enjoyable. So I hope you enjoyed the series. I hope you enjoyed the racing video. There'll be more updates of Blue Lou if I can see him there coming shortly. Because just because the challenge is over doesn't mean I'm done. I'm never done. I mean, I still work on all my cars little by little, tweak this and mess with that, and that's enjoyable for me. So I hope y'all are enjoying it, and I'm not going to promise to put up a video every month like I have in the last year, but I am going to do more than I had for a while there. So thank you again, and we'll see you next time. So, just so y'all don't think that I'm giving up on her, the DeSoto is officially broke. Transmission, if you put it in first, it's locked as if it's in several gears. If you put it in reverse and let the clutch out, it says clang, 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 clang. Still got oil in it, which is nice that I didn't oil down the track, but it's officially broke for the moment, but it's nothing I haven't broke before or probably will again. So when I get it put back together, I'm going to take her back to the track and I'm going to get a time on it. I haven't got a time on this car at the track since before I put the turbo on it, so I'm kind of excited to do that. And I'm sorry I broke it. Didn't make for very good video. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Snap. But it'll come back. Proud of this one. It handled everything I'd give it to it. It didn't break. It did run out of gas. I had to put some high dollar race gas in it at the track. I wasn't even driving it. They parked it next to the timing tower, and I came back from fixing Blue Lou, and they said, hey, your car won't start. So once we figured out it was out of gas, fired right up. So pretty proud of it. It ran consistent all day. I think I'll do some more with that too, especially now because my wife has raced, and now that she's raced, she'll race again. Maybe she'll race the red car next time. It's a little bit quicker than her Trans Am, but it's all good, folks. It's all good. Thank you.